Well, hello there, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Chinedu Okafor, and I am going to briefly share this quick message that really ministered to me today, because I wanted to share it with you all. I'm going to put my glasses on for a second. Real briefly, let's go to Luke chapter 5, and really a question that I want to ask you that I've asked myself too. Have you ever been doing something over and over and over? And it seems like nothing is happening, nothing is changing. I think this passage is going to give us a little bit of insight as to what could be happening, and we can learn from this passage. So I'm going to read just a few verses from Luke chapter 5. It starts by saying, "And it came to pass that as the people pressed upon him to hear the word of God, he stood by the lake of Gennesaret and saw two ships standing by the lake, but the fishermen were gone out of them and were washing their nets. And he entered," talking about Jesus, "and he entered into one of these ships, which was Simon, and prayed him that he would thrust out a little from the land. And he sat down and taught the people out of the ship." Verse 4. "Now, when he had left speaking, he said unto Simon, Launch out into the deep and let down your net for a draught." So Simon had been fishing all night. And of course, he was a professional fisherman. And obviously, nothing happened. So, but when Jesus comes, shows up, Jesus tells him, "Launch down into the deep and let down your net for a draught." And Simon answered and said unto him, verse 5, "Master, we have toiled all night." It's almost like, okay, he's been, they've been fishing all night long. And he, being a professional fisherman, um, having taken nothing has happened. And he's telling Jesus, "We have toiled all night." But guess what he says after that? He said, "But at thy word, I will let down the net." So he was now putting his faith in Jesus and saying, "If you're telling me to let down my net, I'm going to let down my net." So he goes and lays down his net. Verse 6, "And when they had done this, they enclosed a great multitude of fishes, and their net brake." Basically, they had so much fish that it broke the net. And then verse 7 says, "And they beckoned unto their partners, which were on the other side of the ship, that they should come and help them, because they had so much fish now that they could barely pull it out. And they came and filled both the ships, so that they began to sink. When Simon Peter saw it, he fell down at Jesus' knees, saying, Depart from me, for I am a sinful man, O Lord." But he was astonished, and all that were with him, at the draught of the fishes which they had taken. So, what is it saying? Initially, Simon, being a professional fisherman, had been fishing all night, and he was used to doing this. He knew what he was doing. So he was doing this over and over, but nothing happened until Jesus showed up. And when Jesus shows up, Jesus tells him exactly what to do. And so you can notice that the difference was Jesus stepping into the boat, Jesus stepping into his circumstance, in his situation, even though he was already doing the same thing. So he didn't do anything different that he was already doing. The difference was that Jesus now was in the midst of what he was doing. And that's what caused the success to happen. That's what caused the fish to all of a sudden start to come out. So, what lesson can we get from this? The lesson is that whatever we have been doing over and over is, and if it's not working, could it be that we need to invite Jesus to come in into the midst of whatever we're doing? Because when he shows up, something is going to change dramatically. A miracle is going to happen. So I think what we can take from this is, if we're doing something over and over, and maybe we're doing it by our own power, by our own strength, and perhaps it's just not working the way that we think it should, let's invite Jesus in and see what he does. And I believe when we do, a miracle is going to happen. All right. I just wanted to share that with you guys today. All right. Until next time. Bye bye.